out in the dome today. I hope you can hear me okay. It's raining really hard. And I've got my door propped open to catch some water that comes off of the peak by the door there. And whoo, as you can tell, we've had a cool down, but I got caught in the rain and it's really humid in here, which is great because the plants are loving it. My babies that I started from the little tiny, here, I'll show you one here. I still got a bunch of babies here. These little babies that I grow are doing really well. They're getting nice and big, and they actually need a little more soil and need repotted because they're just loving the heat in here. So I'm just going to show you a little bit of what's going on in here. It is July, what is today? Almost July 10th, I think. Lost track of time. After the 4th of July, everything just goes crazy fast. And it's been a crazy season. It was nice and cool, beautiful. I love the spring. The boys, my son and my husband, they were like, it's so wet, we can't even get back in the trails and things like that. But I just couldn't grasp it because the roses were doing beautifully. Most of my spring bulbs, I think all of them for the most part, had a beautiful season this year. They all bloomed just gorgeous. And the roses were coming along. They're doing great, or we're doing great. Now they've been kind of struggling and suffering a little. You can see it because we went from literally nice 70s, not too humid, then it was low 80s, not too humid for maybe a week or two. The rain wasn't that bad for plants anyways. Walking trails, not so much. Now a lot of the roses are, the leaf tips are burnt, which is showing that they're struggling. They got too much water, not enough water. Then they got the intense heat. I don't remember it being this hot. In fact, I Googled, I did a search to see when was the last time we were in the 90s in June. It was late, well, it was like mid-June. And when I searched, it came up 38 years ago. And then I remembered, oh my gosh, you know what? That was the year of my high school graduation. I remember it was so stinking hot and we had my party outside and it was just horrible. It was just horrible. And so it's been that long since my area has had that intense heat like that. So with that in mind, a lot of the plants are really struggling. Even my perennial, a lot of the perennials, you'll see my daisies had some wilt on them, but now they've all started to bloom and they're kind of coping with the situation. What I'm doing now to kind of help and catch up from what I couldn't keep up with is going, and I'm doing a lot of deadheading. Some of the perennials, a few of them won't come back again this year, but a lot of them will. So I'm gonna go ahead and deadhead them now. So hopefully we get a really nice mid-late summer and maybe even a Indian summer where it's really nice in autumn and heading into winter, and I'll be able to continue harvesting certain things and the plants will keep on blooming. So to do that, I'm actually going through and I'm doing a lot of deadheading, like on things even like sedum. I have some new carnations that finally bloomed this year, and I'm not sure if those would actually bloom again. I don't think they do, but correct me if I'm wrong and leave a comment here. I have to search that, I keep forgetting. Anyhow, so that's what I'm up to, and I'm going through and making sure things are weeded, trying to keep up with the weeding, which is impossible sometimes. I've got a lot of garden beds, and mulching. So I hit most of the gardens. A lot of them just need deadheaded and weeded, and it's all fun. I'm loving it. As you can tell, the dome is loving the heat. All these plants, the olives, actually I have a couple little baby olives on it, which are really exciting. I don't actually harvest those. Maybe I will this year. I don't know. I don't even know. Oh, here they are right here. If you can see them, they're little baby olives. They're so cute. They really loved the heat, so that's exciting. A lot of the things I grow because it's exciting. And how often do you hear there's olive trees in Ohio? You don't really hear that, at least I don't hear that. So it's kind of fun to be able to do that and enjoy that. And plus the tree is just so pretty. I was gonna move these out into on one of my out in one of the gardens or up on my deck, but I saw the little fruit on it and I thought, you know, it's pretty happy in here, so I'm gonna leave it this year. Maybe next year when it has more olives on it, maybe I'll attempt to move it out to see if it can transition out to the deck easily, and maybe I'll get more of a harvest because it is intense heat in here. It gets up into the high 90s, close to 100 in here, even with my bottom vents going and the top fan going. But that's the way it is, and I love it. And the plants that I have in here love it too. Most of them, as you can tell. All right, so I'm gonna kind of just show around a little bit on a couple of things. I also did a video, or I'm doing a video. I have jewelweed that is blooming, and I'll show a picture of that, but I'll put that in a little short video, just because that's outside of the dome. So that's what's going on here. I'm so excited to share with you. Outside also, I have a couple of my tomato plants that are really struggling. A couple of them, normally I would put them out in early June once they've gotten big in the dome or the greenhouse. This year it was such intense heat and hard sun, they got scorched, and a couple of them did not recover. But that's okay. It's all a learning experience. I've got quite a few other plants in the raised beds, tomatoes, that I should have a harvest. In fact, there's lots of new little baby tomatoes started on them already. But as far as in the dome here, thank goodness I had a couple of tomato plants left over that a couple people who wanted them never picked them up. You're lost, I get them. And they worked out for me because I'm going to go ahead and replace a few out in the trellises that need fixed. Now we're getting kind of late in the season, so I'm not quite sure if those will actually bloom or produce tomato. We'll see. But there you have it. That is what's going on here. Oh, peppers. I have a lot of pepper plants in here still. Quite a few of them. They're smaller varieties. They're not like huge, but they're really hot. And they love it in the dome. I keep them in here. They seem to be like in this section right here, which is the south facing. They were getting some extreme heat and a lot of as much sun as you can in here. This is more of a diffused sun situation with the covering that's on this structure that we have, and but they're loving it. It's actually, I think I still have a couple little well, I know there's dragonflies in here. There was like a little like a woods hornet flying around the other day. I saw that, and it's going from plant to plant. So I've got little pollinators in here, which is really fun. I'm a little worried because I do have my door propped open right now. Mr. Snakey might escape, and at this point I really don't mind because he's huge and it's warm outside, so he'll be fine. And then in the autumn, when it's starting to get cold, we always find a couple little, they're just gardener snakes, and you'll find them up on our driveway because they're trying to get the heat from the rocks and the concrete. And so usually I bring a little one in. This one that I've got in here now, he's a big boy. He's scared me a couple of times, but they're harmless. They won't hurt you. And they're actually eating all the bad bugs because I really don't have a grasshopper problem this year, or even mosquito actually. And I think the mosquitoes are getting eaten by the dragonfly I have in here. There's a couple of dragonflies. And I have a few praying mantis. I don't see too many of them. It's not like invasive, but I've seen a few over on the cactuses. And so what they're doing is they're eating the little bugs like that, which is so... It's actually just before noon and it's so dark in here because we're getting rain, which is awesome. Don't worry, my kumquat's doing great. Look at all the little blooms on it. And I even have some little baby kumquats started from seeds that were inside the kumquat that actually germinated. So that's exciting. I've got those growing. Listen to that rain come down. Don't worry. I'm strategically collecting rain to put on a few of these plants, especially this kumquat. He's going to love it. That yummy rainwater. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up so I can get this online. I miss you guys. I haven't done a dome update. Here we are. It is July, whatever. Get out and garden. It's been a beautiful year. Every day is a beautiful day when you can get up and you can breathe and get outside, even if it's raining. So until next time.
Don't forget to subscribe, show some love by liking Bren's video and hit the notification button for future updates.